Hey guys, Zneb here. Wanted to do a bit of a personal update video. You've probably noticed that I haven't been streaming quite a lot, haven't really been active in other people's streams and their chats, and haven't really been doing much on YouTube other than my weekly podcast, which I have kept pretty on track, except the last one was a day late, but that's a whole other story. I want to talk a little bit about why that is, what's going on in my life, and sort of where I see things going in the future. So many of you know that I started a PhD about a year ago. Cue the joke about, if someone's in a PhD, they'll let you know, which is kind of true, by the way. But it's because it takes over your entire life. My entire life is just consumed by PhD work. And what this means is that I am constantly reading. I probably have 15 to 20 articles a week, and these are dense, very difficult academic articles. I have to look at the methods and try to understand the methods. I'm in a number of courses. I'm in a linear modeling class that's really challenging, and I'm not really a math guy. And so understanding the logic of linear modeling is difficult for me. It takes me a lot of time. In fact, I worked for 7 hours on one assignment the other day. But I love it. I love the grind. I am so in it. I am constantly working. I have classes every Monday, pretty much all day, and I have a surprise lab that happens on Fridays. What happened was I tried to stack all of my courses on a Monday, but I kind of failed. One of the courses decided to create a lab that is required for PhD students to attend. And by the way, this wasn't the case last year. I was in the course last year, and then I broke my foot, which caused me to have to drop the class little over halfway over the semester, and I had like an A+. I was doing really well. So I actually emailed the professor about this, and I said, hey, you know, if I have to attend that lab, and by the way, the lab is like 30 to 60 minutes long and done by a TA who's also a PhD student. I said, well, if I have to attend that lab, it's going to cause me a lot of trouble. I didn't necessarily go into details. I just asked if there was any considerations he could make, and he's under zero obligation to give me any consideration. I just noted that I'd already attended 6 of the labs last year, and so I already had kind of that basic grasp. So I felt like it didn't really make much sense for me to be forced to attend these labs, at least at the beginning, the ones that I had already done last year. Of course, he said that's not an option, so I just tried to get some information about the class, and we had a not so positive back and forth. Long story short, this is now requiring me to drive an additional 6 hours a week. The commute is an additional 6 hours a week for 30 minutes. This has been devastating to me, to put it lightly. Absolutely devastating. I've already stacked a lot of things on myself, right? I have 2 kids, a dog, a house. I work a little bit part-time. And then, of course, I have all these other obligations, and I need to do research. I need to try to expand and create knowledge around influencer marketing and around gambling behaviors. That's kind of my shtick. But I have no idea how people juggle this. I am so run down. Admittedly, I am having a hard time. Occasionally, when I do get the opportunity to boot up the stream, I am just exhausted. There was one night where I want to acknowledge that I am in such a privileged position, and I'm so happy that I'm doing this. But it does come at a cost, and the cost is typically my well-being. I'm just exhausted. But I was so exhausted one night. I was fortunate enough to go and speak at this big conference. So I spoke at the conference in front of like 400 people. And that night, I went back to the hotel room. I laid down on the bed for a second, and I instantly fell asleep. And it was like 8 p.m. And this has been happening to me more and more, but yet I'm struggling to sleep because the stress is so high. I don't know if you can tell, I've developed gray hairs from the stress. Like, the stress is so high. But Guild Wars 2 has always been kind of my safe space, a place that I can go and just be Sneb, you know, the guy who likes raids and has a good time and just talks about the game. Maybe I'm a little bit too opinionated for my own good, but Tyria is just a safe place for me to be. It's like a sanctuary. I love it. But right now, I can't even get to the sanctuary. I'm like crawling on all fours, trying to get to the last bit of water in the oasis, but I'm just exhausted. So I just wanted you to know that that's kind of what's going on. I have some big plans. I wanted to do these big things, but right now, that's kind of what's going on. I think what I might start doing is do like Sneb Sunday or something where I just stream for a few hours kind of in the morning, my time on Sundays and just chat and whatever. But boy, I want to say the last 3 weeks or so have just annihilated me. Like physically, mentally, the whole thing. I suppose I should also note that I'm also finally taking my health a little bit seriously. You're probably like, that does not make any sense, bro. You just talked about how you're like mentally destroyed. Well, I've decided I needed to take my health a bit more seriously. You know, I broke my foot last year. I was on this weight loss journey and then I kind of fell off because I got injured and then I tried to go back and I got injured again. And like, I just needed to do something, but I'm so busy, but I have to do it. I am unwell. Like for accountability, to let you know, at the beginning of September, I weighed myself and I was 246 pounds. Now, you can't tell by the video because no one can ever tell, but I am about 6'1" or so. I'm maybe a little bit taller than 6'1", somewhere in between 6'1" and 6'2". 246 pounds. How did I get here? How did this happen to me? I used to be an athlete. I ran 5K in 21 minutes. I'm not saying I was like some elite level athlete or anything, but I used to be way more physically active. And then here we go. Look at me, right? I'm just not happy with it. So I've got all this stress going on, and then I'm not happy with how I look and how I feel. Mostly how I feel, right? I want to be able to run around with my kids more and just be more active. So at the beginning of September, I took on this challenge where I wanted to lose 20 pounds by Christmas because we're training for a half marathon. By we, I mean MightyTeapot and myself. He's supposed to, I don't know if he's signed up yet. I already signed up. I am committed now. If I have to crawl the half marathon, I'm doing it next June. But we're going to do a half marathon in Alberta, Canada, where I'm from. And so he's supposed to fly in and we're going to do that together. But I'm taking it seriously. I entered 5 different 5Ks, which I did before I knew that I had to do all this extra driving, by the way. But I entered all these 5Ks. And I've been doing one every weekend, like the chip time, the whole, like an actual race. I'm not really racing against anyone but myself, though. And I don't know. I'm feeling better. I weighed myself this morning. I don't weigh myself every day or even every week, but I just wanted to know if I was doing the right thing. I started counting calories in not an obsessive way, but more so like I'm mindful about what I'm eating. I'm thinking about when I'm eating, how much I'm eating. And I'm trying to be really careful and eat maybe around, I'm not a nutritionist. Like I don't know any of this stuff, right? It's all new to me. So I'm trying to eat around 2,000 calories a day around, and then a lot of protein. This has been a huge shift for me. I used to eat whatever the hell I wanted, and it would be a lot of carbs. I would eat cake and donuts and just like tons of crap. I still will indulge every once in a while, but I used to eat just sweets and crap every single day. Like it was not good. But it's different now. I've been sticking to that, and I weighed myself this morning, and I lost 7 pounds so far. That's pretty rapid, and I guess this kind of fluctuates, right? Like I don't know if that's exactly correct, because there's probably some level of inaccuracy or fluctuation. Maybe it's water, maybe whatever, morning versus night. But yeah, I went from 246 to 239. And that's the lowest I've seen the scale in a long time. So I wanted to tell you all that things are kind of crazy right now. I have some big personal goals. I'm doing my best to get healthy and be happy. But boy, are there some cool things going on in Guild Wars 2 right now that maybe I can't even really participate much in. The new fractal thing has been superior. It is fantastic. I love seeing all these new players hop in and have a good time with that as well. It is really inspiring to see how big of a difference it makes in the community when people can just play together and it doesn't really matter. But yeah, there's a lot going on, guys. It's been tough. I've been looking at kind of my YouTube channel and thinking, how can I do better videos? What can I do? I've been thinking about my stream. I just don't have the bandwidth to do the stuff that I want to do. I like this room. This room is a mess. I've wanted to make like, see that monitor? There's 2 monitors on the ground right there that are supposed to be on this desk. This desk is supposed to be pushed back against the wall. There's all this crap I have to do, but I never bloody have time. And I'm just so, I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed with just life right now. I think we all get to a point like that. But I don't know what to do. I don't know what the answer is right now. I know a few very simple things. I need to take care of myself. I need to get healthier. I need to train for that half marathon. I need to keep pursuing my dream, get this PhD. Hopefully someday I can become a professor in marketing. And then I need to take care of my family and be there for them. And right now, Sneb's just feeling pulled in every direction. And there's just this little tug that's saying, play Guild Wars 2, be with the community. And I want to be more active in my Discord. And I try to check on it every once in a while, but man, I don't have anything left to give right now. So just know that I'm working on some things personally right now, that I'm still going to try to stream every once in a while. Hopefully it'll be at least once a week, maybe on Sundays. But if I'm not around, know that it's not because I don't care. I haven't quit or it's not that I don't like the community anymore or anything like that. I'm just chasing my dream and getting healthy. And part of me wants to share that, but part of me also believes that it's very personal, right? Like this sort of weight loss journey, the journey to the half marathon, it's very, very personal. I'm not sure how I would share it, to be honest. I'm not sure what I would do. I could get some of those like meta AI glasses and like run with the glasses on. I could buy a GoPro. I'm not sure what the answer is, but right now it's just like a very personal thing. And I'm proud of the progress I've made so far, but it hasn't been easy. I can tell you that. I'm feeling very lethargic. I'm not sure if my calorie cut is too much right now. So I think I need to maybe reassess, because the weight, if it's truly around, because my goal was to lose 6 pounds by the end of September, which was a pretty aggressive goal. But I'm already at around 7 pounds. And if that is accurate, then that's pretty rapid weight loss. Now, I have quite a bit of weight to lose, I guess, but that is pretty rapid. So I don't know, maybe some of you are health people in the comments. Maybe some of you are going through something similar. Leave a comment down below and just let me know. I've been feeling very alone. One of the great things about the community, the Guild Wars 2 community, the Discord community, the Skane gang has always been, it's been like a social outlet for me. But I feel like when you're in a PhD and you're just running around and driving and commuting and doing all these things that I'm trying to do right now, I feel so alone, like so isolated. And I've kind of isolated myself. And every once in a while I see people in the Discord and I'm thinking, oh man, like I want to jump in and talk to people. But I feel like if I went in, I would just vent to them, right? And nobody wants to just be vented to all the time. So I've really isolated myself, and I don't know that that's necessarily a healthy thing either. I've made some excuses to connect with people and get out there. I joined a pickleball league of all things, just so I could get some more exercise. I'm running multiple times a week, trying to reach out to friends, but I've always been the kind of person who's like the first to reach out and the guy who plans stuff and gets things going. And I mean, I think that's at least somewhat evident when it comes to what I do with Skane Gang. Maybe a little. But right now, I think I just need someone else to reach out to me. I think I need somebody else to be the one to plan something. I think I need people to say, hey, Sneb, do you want to fill for my raid group? Or, hey, Sneb, do you want to, can I lead Convergent CMs in the Discord and will you join me every once in a while? I want to be involved in stuff, but I feel like I can't be the one to plan everything. Not right now. I'm out of bandwidth. Like you can see, look at my eyes. Like what is happening to me, right? Like it's not good. Yeah, if there are any skincare people, how do I get rid of the dark bags under my eyes? Because they're getting like they're like consuming my eyeballs. It's not and then look at the hair. What do I do about the gray hair? I think that's just an inevitability, but at least I have a decent hairline for now. Who knows? Yeah. Anyway, that's, I guess, enough of my ranting, but I don't know. I just wanted to like, talk. I guess I just kind of missed you guys, but I didn't really know what to say. I didn't plan this out before. I just hit record and then here we are. Probably won't make a thumbnail for this. This is the laziest video ever. And if you're still here, I guess thanks for watching, but I don't know. I'm just feeling kind of alone and like I haven't done enough. It never, when I guess when you're doing everything I'm doing, it just never feels like it's good enough. And I'm just hoping that something that I do right now is good enough. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Here's a little boop for the road. Boop. We'll catch you folks next time. I got to finish 10,000 steps today, so I got 1,500 more to go. But we'll be back at some point, okay? Hopefully I'll see you this Sunday. Until then, stay classy, my friends, and we'll catch you next time.